Hello people, Sunny here with Maxima PC, and today on the review table is the Cooler Master Master Box Lite 3, a case with old school design and some modern trends. So without a delay, let's start the show. The Master Box Lite 3 is based on the Master Liner from Cooler Master. It's a mini tower case with support for large graphics card and has some flexible storage options. The design is very simple with clean and straight lines and is obviously inspired by its bigger brothers like the Master Case and the Master Box 5. Considering the price range, the build quality of the case is very good and it also has some nice quality paint which is better than its competitors. The front panel is made of high quality plastic and it comes off in two pieces. The smaller piece gives you easy access to the front dust filter and the fan. Removing the bigger panel reveals the 5.25 inch bay. You can put in two 120mm fans here. There are some problems here, but we will talk about them later. At the top we have the usual suspects like the power button, activity lights, audio jacks and two USB 3 ports. There's also a blank placeholder port here, but I don't know what they were planning for it. The power and hard drive lights turn up in blue. The side panels slide into rails and are held by thumb screws, good to see that. And depending on the model you choose, you either get a window or a vented side panel. The side vents can provide some decent airflow to the components but will eventually lead to dust. So inclusion of another dust filter would have been a great option by Cooler Master. At the back we have a very basic layout but with the power supply mounting at the top. I don't remember when was the last time I saw this kind of layout in a modern day case. But to clear a point, this does not have any effect on the performance of the case. Stripping the case naked and getting inside, we see an all black interior with black cables. The interior is quite open for a mini tower case. This is mainly due to the removal of the bulky drive cages and this results in a very clean path for air to move from one side to another. There are 4 PCIe slots and the motherboard tray supports mini ITX and micro ATX motherboards. On the storage side, we have options that appear to be limited on paper but are surprisingly flexible. To put it in a brief, you can mount your SSDs and hard drives in the 5.25 inch bay, a removable tray, or at the bottom of the case with the help of additional hard drive trays that you can get directly from Cooler Master. The hard drive and SSDs are mounted on a removable tray that is made of metal, nice quality. You can use it to mount one hard drive or one SSD or a pair of SSDs. There are some special screws present in the package which help you in installation. But unfortunately, the main installation still requires screws as there is no tool-free mounting option here. To get more detailed info, I would suggest you to check out my written review and I have placed a link in the description. I have talked about the storage options in a better way there. There's a decently sized CPU cutout which should be fine for most micro ATX and mini ATX motherboards. And to complete the interior too, we have the 120mm fan at the back which does get loud at full speeds. Cable management features on this case are almost non-existent and the only saving grace is the inclusion of 5 cable tie loops at the front of the tray, which to be honest is not enough for anyone having a non-modular power supply. There's no space behind the motherboard tray and all of the cables are present in the main side and this can get frustrating especially for the beginners. Now being old school is cool, but Cooler Master should have thought about it as it is a part of the Master series. But there is hope, don't worry. If you do not use the 5.25 inch bay, then you can shove in all of your unused cables in there. Not the most elegant way, but at least it works. Also, if you use components like modular power supplies and cards like GTS 1050s or RX 460s, then you can easily get a clean looking build with the case. Yes, the cables will be still visible, but it won't look like a bowl of noodles. Because there is no hard drive cage, the case supports graphics card up to 345mm in length, which I think should cover almost every card available in the current market. As for the CPU clearance, there's about 157mm of space before the cooler hits the side panels. That means their own product, the Hyper 212X, does not fit in the case. Also, the maximum power supply length is 165mm, which should be fine for most users. Well, this was all fine and dandy about the case. Now let's talk about some problems. The first is obviously about the space at the top. With all the cables coming in from the power supply and the drive, this place can quickly get busy. Now Cooler Master claims that you can put in a 240mm radiator at the front, which is certainly possible, but only if you remove the hard drive tray. which will obviously limit your storage options. Then we have the PCIe slot covers. I mean, why are they of the breakaway type? This is obviously a cost cutting measure. And finally, we have the annoyingly short USB 3 cable. It barely reached the motherboard sample in this review. So, time for conclusion. It is clear that Cooler Master is not trying to target the high-end enthusiast market here. With the Masterbox Lite 3, the company is trying to add a bit of modern flavor to the simple budget cases. There are many things to like about the case, like the magnetic dust filter, the solid build quality, and the overall component compatibility. But there are small problems like the lack of cable management space, the lack of tool-free design, and that short USB 3 cable. All of these makes it a difficult choice for me to straight away recommend this case. If you look around, there are some more refined options present there. The Masterbox Lite 3 is present at a street price of Rs 3000 and an MRP of Rs 4500. You can check out the links in the description to see the current prices. And as always, thanks for watching, and please consider subscribing if you like the video, and more content is coming soon. Till then, take care.